Alright guys, part 2, same process. What we're going to do this time is we're going to make a calzone. So flour, get that dough ball out that you had, get some flour on there, don't be shy, give it a fold. You want to start out with something round, okay? So your pizza should be in there baking. Alright, nice dough ball. See how that gets it nice and round? You basically just want to keep this hand solid like a bowl, and the friction of the sticky dough is going to move this thing like this. Okay, more flour. Now, the only thing different between a calzone and a pizza is basically a folded pizza. What you want to do though is make sure you want to make this kind of pretty. So I'm going to show you how to do that. And there's certain rules to calzones that you have to follow, otherwise you end up with a big soupy dough ball. And just a little hint, when you're making this stuff, your dough is easier to stretch when it's warm. Not warm, but room temperature. So if your dough ball is freezing cold, take it out, cut it in half, and then start working with this thing as it gets room temperature. Alright, keep it going. And if you have a rolling pin, I suggest using them. If not, do it like this. And you can also use, if you have a can of Pam, just use the can sideways. I know it sounds weird, but the key is you want to make sure this thing does not get some fat spots and skinny spots, okay? You want it to be even. If the crust is a little thicker, that's completely fine. And it's going to keep taking some of that flour, so keep giving it to it. But basically I'm just stretching. You guys see how I'm doing this? Pull and stretch, okay? If you get a hole, it's fine. Just pinch it back together, you'll be all right. Okay, so with this one, what we want to do, calzone is basically a folded pizza. So we're gonna put some of our sauce, don't get crazy, and just go on half of this thing, okay? We'll just do a little bit of mushroom because we really don't know, or you don't want all that water in there. Okay, some peppers. Let's do the rest of our sausage. There you go. Pepperoni. And you don't want to cover that lip because I'm going to show you why. You're going to have to kind of glue this thing together. I'll go finally with some cheese. Okay, now what else I have is a little bit of water. So I want you to take your fingers on this half. You're going to dab some water on here. Okay, if you have an egg, I didn't order eggs for everybody. If you have an egg, use an egg. You can whip an egg in here and use eggs because it holds better. Then you're going to stretch this over. All right. Show you how this goes. Stretch over. See how that cheese is starting to come out a little bit? And then touch that dry to the wet part, okay? Make sure you got a towel ready because your hands may get a little dirty. Okay, so see how this is sandwiched down there? What you're gonna do is go through and you wanna kind of pinch and fold this, all right? If you could use a fork as well. We're gonna pinch, kind of roll it. This is gonna kind of seal this up. All right, see how it's pinched? Okay, now be generous with that flour on the bottom of this thing so it comes up when you're done with it. All right, now you have this. Okay, you can take this stuff off because it's going to burn on your pan. The key to this, anything you have in here is going to create steam, okay? So you don't want steam inside here. So what I want to do, I want to season the top too. So I'm going to put a little bit of oil on mine, like this. You can also put egg wash is probably the best. That's what gives those things that really crispy shine. But I don't have egg wash, so I'm not going to. So I put extra virgin olive oil, You can season this if you want to put a little salt on there to give you a salty crust. And then if you have some herbs, this is the time to use those too. So I'm putting a little Italian seasoning on top. Now, the main thing you need to do is this. Take a very sharp knife, and you want to go very gently, cut slits into this thing. For this size, I would do them about every inch, okay? What this is going to do is allow that moisture to escape, all right? Let's see how that looks. See that? That's going to allow the moisture to escape, because when that mushroom starts to cook, it's going to give off water. If that water has nowhere to go, it's going to keep inside there and make this thing super soggy. So you want to give that air, you got to give that a space to escape out of here. That way this thing stays crispy and delicious. So now we're going to go into the oven. Like I said, our pizza we're at 15 minutes now. So I'm just going to show you that real quick while I'm on here. Okay. But the calzone, same thing, about 20 minutes, and we'll check it, okay?